Hey guys, we're live. On time. Maybe it's going to work today. This is our new thing we've been doing on Mondays, Monster Mondays with Tom and Mike. We're making stuff. So this was my head I was working on. Am I talking to anybody, Kayla? Is there anybody watching this?
Steven.
And he's finished. So I'm moving on from old Arnie, from his head. We're going to move on and make his chest so I can keep the good fight going here.
Kayla, can you look and see if the YouTube, on my screen it looks terrible, but I don't know if that's, hopefully it's not, it's going out. Maybe I have to switch Wi-Fi. Or,
Are you on Tom's or mine?
should be on Tom and,
I mean,
oh, on
Wi-Fi.
the Wi-Fi, I'm sorry. I think it's the Galaxy, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
And it says I got full bars, but it's,
It lies.
the image just looks really.
It's taking a minute to reload.
It lies. It lies.
Michael Keaton says hi, everybody.
Hi, Michael Keaton.
Good morning, Michael.
Boulder City Batman.
It's a new connection lost.
It went away.
It's dead.
It should be good now.
She wasn't sharing.
I was connected to the Alien Museum again.
Oh.
There we go.
Let me see if this works.
Cool. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready.
I'm ready. Just keep shooting.
I'm ready. It's a cold day in Boulder City. I've been freezing in here for 2 days. Today's no different.
Did you turn the heat thing on?
No. I'm always afraid these things are going to blow the power out of this place. But I'm going to do it.
Live on the edge.
My feet are cold. It's gonna smell like burning. Don't worry. We're working on the YouTube here, guys. Working on the YouTube. Is my Instagram still going?
Yeah.
Cool. Have my piping hot caffeinated beverage. Otherwise known as sculpture juice.
So my phone kicked off.
Somehow because the technology sucks. But also amazing at the same time.
It looks like you're live on both.
Is it?
Oh god, that clay's cold.
Someone is asking if this is your usual studio.
This is where the magic happens. This is where I make everything. As far as monsters, this is where, you know, for the Alien Museum, for the Monster Museum, any movies I work on, This is my sculpture room. We have a bigger room that we do big stuff in, but this is, yes, my usual studio.
This though isn't showing.
What's that?
I said Mike's is just showing the back of my head.
We're switching over right now.
Okay, cool. It's like
How does it see in the back of your head?
his
Because
computer.
it's running on this camera here. Alright, now we look clean and crisp and clear. And I think we're good.
Sweet.
Is this where you made the puppets for Charlie?
I had another studio that looked very similar to this next door at the Monster Museum that is now the Friday the 13th room. And that is where I made all three movies. Axis Rising, Axis Termination, and Blade the Iron Cross. No, Axis Rising I made in Florida. The replica puppets were started there. Did we ever make the puppets over here, Kayla? No, it was the other shop.
I think it was the small
It was
shop.
the other shop. It's hard to tell because I paint it the same. It's always gray and purple with checkerboard floors. So it looks the same, but no, this is not the room that I made the puppets.
Plus you've remodeled this space like 38 times, right?
I have,
I
but
feel like
this,
just since I've known you.
but this room
this room
has always
stays.
stayed the same. Something about my workspace being gray and purple checkerboard floors, it makes me
love it.
comfortable, makes me
Yeah.
creative. It's God! Oh, that's okay.
Oh.
We're coffee down.
Oh, man.
Coffee down. It's okay.
Sorry, man.
No, you don't even have to dry that up if you don't want to. No.
Is there like something I don't want to use a like paper towel?
Here, this is a kind of a wet, nasty rag, but it'll.
Alright. That's the nice thing about this type of studio.
Yeah, there's nothing in here that can get ruined.
Man.
Not by that. I spilled
Yeah,
poly.
is this for me or is this some other? That's not.
No, that's water to wash a paintbrush in.
Oh. I was like, I'm just 90% sure it wasn't. So what if I get coffee on my sculpture in the clay? They're gonna,
Oh, not
Is
gonna
that
do
good?
anything. We put water on it all day. Yeah, not gonna do
Or
anything.
is it really showing you?
Oh, that's
Mine's not.
No,
Yeah.
me.
Nope. Oh, it's okay.
Can you come over here and pose it so it does?
We're a well-oiled machine here.
I'm getting there. I'm gonna be right here like this.
Sorry. Do you want me to put this?
You can just turn the whole thing there, yeah?
You want this in the first
Just throw it on that table out there.
Matt says we don't want to see Tom.
Oh, okay. What do you want to see?
The same guy who's been asking says, BoJack Horseman asks, I finally picked up some of the older action figures from the original sets, got an older tunneler and a 6-shooter and a special black dress leech woman. Hopefully I can add some of your replicas to my collection soon.
I have all of those figures. I collect the 90s full moon action figures, particularly the Puppet Master series. I also have the Subspecies and Shrieker and those, but in my china cabinet at home, I have all the variants, I'm just I
didn't know you still had all of
the
those.
Puppet
That's awesome.
Master,
Yeah, I love
Puppet
those.
Master action figures. I still have everything. I've sold them in the past and re-got them and sold them, but at this point, I have a massive Puppet Master toy collection.
That's awesome.
And
Do you have a favorite puppet from Puppet Master?
Pinhead. I've always said Pinhead is
My favorite too,
my
man.
spirit
Yeah,
animal.
I love Pinhead.
Pinhead is my
I
favorite.
don't know why, but it's always been my favorite too.
You guys mind picking up some demonic toys replicas as well?
What's that?
I wouldn't mind picking up some demonic toy replicas.
Oh yeah, the replicas are cool. I have the replicas that I made, and then I have a couple replicas that were made by Terry, who passed away. I have the Kamikaze replica that he made. That might be it. Other than that, I really only have the ones that I made. I don't purchase those regularly. I'm a little bit of a snob.
The replicas, that's like the big
One-to-one replicas. And for a while, I had the contract. I was making all of them, and it was
Oh,
like
wow.
the most work I ever did in my entire life. There's a reason things are made in China.
Right.
I mean, we sewed every bit of the clothes.
So
We
I was
put
just asking,
every.
so you did the clothes and
I mean, everything from hair to clothes to pouring the resin, painting, sanding. Like,
how long do you think it takes to make one? Like,
I said, you just hit them. We could do 6 a day. 3 before lunch, 3 after lunch. If we're not doing 3 before lunch and 3 after lunch, we're losing. We're losing. 6 a day, 6 puppets a day. But we made like 1,500 blades.
holy shit.
I mean, it was the most work I've ever done in my life. And I had a team. I burned through people. I lost friends over it. I mean, and it was just like, I'm like, do you guys want to do this or not? Like, this is so cool. For me, it's so cool because I'm such a Puppet Master fan.
Yeah.
But it wasn't so cool for everybody. And we also had some bad leadership going on. I was spread thin. I was doing other things. And I had a guy who wasn't really conducive to the environment we were working in.
That matters.
But it's okay. That's in the past.
Yeah, whenever
Those figures show up on eBay for a ton of money, though, and it's so cool because it's like Devlin replica, and I'm like, yeah, we did it. We left our mark.
So you said, I missed what you said. Do you still have some of those?
I have a full set. I have a full set of the one that I made, and then I have a box right there. That cardboard box is filled with parts that are never assembled.
Oh, really?
And someday I'm gonna assemble them and put them out there to the world.
Nice. In the museum, you guys have like that one like showcase that has some of them.
That's all
the
screen
ones?
used.
Oh, okay.
The in the museum, they're screen used.
The one like right when you walk in the
But
door.
at the door, those are my replicas. Those are the replicas I made. Yeah.
He's asking who was the puppet maker that wanted to make, I think he called them the dynamic puppets. Basically they were puppets that were actually work like a gesture that could actually change emotions. I think his name was Daniel, I'm unsure.
I'm not positive. I don't know. I'm not familiar. I know that there was a guy who made an anniversary blade one that actually worked. Its daggers came out and his mouth dropped and stuff.
That's awesome.
And when he did it, I was like, this is so cool. But for the mat, like after building 1,500 blades that didn't move, I was like, I don't know how you're going to do this. But I think they were limited. They were beautiful, though. They looked beautiful.
So since last week, do you want to show your mask?
Yeah, I did, but I don't know if anybody was in here watching it. And I don't think you were live yet. So I took it upon myself over the week to finish the Terminator head. And that's...
Oh, wow. And you did sculpt the hair. It looks awesome, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's great.
Yeah, so I finished this, and I'm calculated, I think I have 4.5 hours into the whole sculpt.
Wow.
But I don't know where your camera is.
Camera's right there.
Right there. So that's Arnie. And I'm moving on to his chest now. I'm going to sculpt his chest. I did this because for my daily videos, Chris brought in my scanner. I have the scanner.
Oh, cool.
And we scanned the whole thing and digitized it.
How'd it work?
Made an STL file that looks exactly 1-to-1. You don't have to... It scans it in real size, so there's no sizing to hit that right size. I mean, we haven't printed one yet, but I'm not going to mold this. I'm going to wait until we print it and put them side by side. And if you can't tell the difference, I'm not going to mold it. But I'm afraid, so far...
Dude, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, you do like that skin texture on there.
So that's a single dot stylus. That's just a tool with a little ball on the end, and I just do one at a time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is very much a Tom Devlin thing. I've been doing that. When I teach classes, I make everybody use a dot stylus. No stamp pads, no texture pads. Not that stamps and texture pads aren't useful and good, but I think you have to earn that. You know, you have to earn that by using single dots. And even when Chris did the scan, he was a student of mine many, many years ago. But he's like, this is a Tom sculpture in our computer right now. Because it was very...
David picks that up.
Yeah. So
that's really cool, man. It looks amazing.
That's our dude. I'll leave him out so people can see him if they choose to.
Very cool. And then you also made another thing for
That's not in the way of what I'm doing here right now.
But then the new addition too that you have for the museum.
Yeah,
Is that a
I
little
sculpted
surprise,
it.
or is that a
That'll
show
come
off?
out later, yeah.
Okay.
But I've alluded to it, but I've been making a new Pennywise that we will show off in the Monster Museum when it's done.
How often do you add like an addition to the Monster Museum usually?
I try to add to the Monster Museum twice a year, really big. Like one time in February and one time right in July. We do big events for my Bloody Valentine's for February, and then we have an anniversary party in July. Usually between the 5th and the 21st sometime. It changes. But we really opened on the 9th, I think, but we try to line it up with a weekend. And for those two events, I always try to have enough different at the museum that whoever was there the prior year, they will like be, oh my God, wow, you know, it always changes. So very soon we will have this Terminator section together, and then we will have the, we're going to do a whole thing with Stan Winston and the Terminator and the Predator. Wow. And so that'll be new to the museum. Something that has been planned since the beginning. It's in my original blueprint. We're finally doing it. And then we will have, at the end of this month, on the 31st, the costume I made for Tony Todd, the Candyman costume, is coming back to the museum. Oh,
nice. That's awesome.
There'll be a really beautiful in memoriam of Tony Todd with my costume and a head that Brandon Scott Murphy sculpted. That guy's a freaking beast of a sculptor. And that's going to be really awesome. I'm so proud to have it. And, I thought it would be lost forever, and I made 2 costumes for Tony Todd as the Candyman, and this is one of them, probably the better of the 2. And it's coming home, which
That's
I'm
awesome.
really happy about. That's January 31st, so it'll be right in time for the Valentine's redo.
Nice.
And then we'll also have the new Pennywise. So there's going to be quite a few new items for Valentine's Day.
And how many years is it going to be now? Coming in July?
We're in 9 years right now. July will be our 10th year anniversary.
That's awesome.
That's right,
I
Carol?
think it's 9.
Oh, it'll be 9 year.
And we're at the
9 year
the
anniversary.
film
I'm
festival.
7.
We're in the same.
Yeah,
I've been here 7, so there's 2 years without me. So
yeah.
So you guys opened in 2019,
17.
17.
2007.
That was the film festival's first year too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is so crazy that that's the same year.
Yeah, it's awesome, right?
Yeah.
So as you do these additions to the museum, you got to lose something over time, right? Or you just...
Sometimes stuff goes away, and then sometimes it comes back. Like I have a spot. I'm gonna reintroduce the Maniac Cop, which I removed many years ago.
Okay.
You know, the funny thing is we have this movie theater room in there that's real special to me because it shows off the behind the scenes and it shows what we do. And it gives a longer experience, but also lets people get to know me.
Yeah.
But man, is that valuable real estate. I could make 3 rooms out of that movie theater room.
Yeah.
Actually, when I first opened this Monster Museum, that movie theater room was almost the entire museum.
Oh, really?
It was so small. So yeah, I don't know. Like from Reagan to the movie theater room was pretty much the whole museum when I first opened.
Okay.
And that's a very tough thing because I want so badly to keep the movie theater room, but it's valuable real estate. I mean,
what about the arcade area? Is there any
same thing, but I love the arcade. I just got there's a guy who's bringing in a Mary Shelley's Frankenstein pinball.
Oh wow!
So we have Addams Family pinball, Tales from the Crypt pinball, and Judge Dredd pinball. And now we're adding the Mary Shelley Frankenstein. I used to have Bram Stoker's Dracula, which I wish I still had. It was so awesome. But I partner on those, so people that own those pinball machines can make a little money. They bring them in, they put them up, and we split it 50-50.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
I don't actually own any of those pinball machines.
I was wondering about that.
They're so expensive.
Yeah.
But people that do own them, I saw this guy with the Mary Shelley's one. I think his name's Frank. I saw him on Marketplace selling it for like $3,500.
Is that a good price for it?
That's a great price, but that's a lot of money, you know. And I just wrote him a message. I said, hey, I don't know if you'd be interested, but I got these other pinball machines that I don't own. We split 50-50 price on. I'll take care of any maintenance that incurs at the museum, but if you want to leave it here, we'll split the money on them. And he was down. He's going to bring it next Saturday. Cool. So that's the coolest thing. It's like he gets to show off his thing. And anybody who owns a Mary Shelley Frankenstein pinball machine has been to Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm sure that I'm sure he's a fan, or at least has been here, or maybe not. Maybe he's just heard about it, or who knows.
Well, if you own one of those things, you want it to be like seen and
used.
Like
He said him and his son have used it as a project. They've done all the maintenance on it, and I think that's pretty awesome.
That's cool.
Guys, if you're watching this, Kayla is fielding questions for us, and any comments you have, we will be happy to try to give you an answer. If you're into that kind of thing.
So I saw a movie recently. It's had to be last week.
You saw a movie?
It made me realize, like, we've talked about a lot of things, but I don't think we've ever had a deep conversation about gore and grossness in movies. Like, I'm assuming you have to love it.
Yeah.
But this is more of a gross movie. Is the movie The Substance?
Oh, I haven't seen it, but I've been told by so many people that movie is like society good. You know?
Yeah, I loved it, but it's funny because the people that talk about it, it's like you either love it or you don't.
I personally, so I used to love disgusting, nasty stuff. I mean, I was a gore hound as a kid. Yeah. That's all I loved. But I have, I don't want to say grown up a little bit, but I've evolved to more character-driven entertainment. But I love. I still enjoy. You know, I just watched that new Frankenstein movie, the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein. Yeah. And so many people told me, "Oh, it's so brutal, so violent, it's real gross." I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I didn't feel that way.
I thought, and I mean, we were at the Sin City Horror Fest, and people were coming out of that theater going, "The violence." I didn't love the monster, but the violence was awesome, and I was like, I was ready for this like overly violent.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
There's something though about like the way Guillermo del Toro's style is so like pretty that even like the violence.
And that's how I felt that whole movie was really pretty.
Yeah, it's just beautiful.
And and a lot of the violence was done to CGI animals, which I didn't give a like. That doesn't look like violence. That looks like a cartoon.
Right.
So I didn't, for better or worse. I mean, I don't care. I just didn't feel like it was as over. It wasn't Terrifier. You know, I don't know what you're talking
it wasn't
about.
as brutal.
And although I respect what they did with the look of the monster, was not my favorite. I just felt he looked too pretty, too sad, too sympathetic and sleek. There was no texture. It was so smooth. And I know it was based on Bernie Wrightson's Frankenstein. I get that. But I've seen Bernie Wrightson's Frankenstein done better, I feel. Right. Like more EC comic looking, where this was sculpted by Mike Hill, one of the greatest sculptors on the planet. And it was so sleek and smooth and looked like silicone. I love Robert De Niro as Frankenstein's monster.
I do too.
Unpopular choice for favorites, but I love the texture and the pulling from the skin. And they tried to explain it all away. They're like, I've learned this invisible stitch. And I was like, why did you learn an invisible stitch? You're in the 1400s and whatever year it is. Like, just make it look rudimentary. That's Frankenstein's monster, you know? I don't know. Anyway, I didn't hate it. I liked it. I just didn't think it was super ultra violent. I haven't seen The Substance. I will watch it. I've heard the effects are pretty cool. I've heard that the whole movie is gross. It's
very gross. But it's very stylistic too. It's like it's full of style and you have the filmmaker, obviously, cinematographer, makeup effects artist, all of it.
They work together.
It's a very, whether you like it or not, it's a very cool, interesting movie.
Cool.
So I think you definitely should see it.
What did you watch it on?
I watched it on, I think I bought it on Prime or something like that. Just on my regular TV.
I started a movie last night that I wanted to finish, and I did not finish it. And I didn't even get in past the opening credits. Fell right asleep, which is so unlike me. I usually can't sleep at night, and I just watch movies all night or whatever. But I started. I bought a vampire motorcycle. It's an older movie from the 80s, maybe or mid 90s, maybe. I don't know. I didn't get very far into it. It was recommended to me by Nightmare Christie, and she's like, "You'll love this movie," and she's not wrong. The opening credits, I was sold. I would put it on my top 5. I haven't even seen the movie, but the
opening was strong.
It was strong and stylized and looked like an old Canon film, but and it is. It's an old movie. I don't know if it was Canon, but it's awesome. I will finish the movie and I'll let you know if it's any good.
What was it called again?
I bought a vampire motorcycle.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
And from what it looks like, there's a demon possession that happens, and the soul, like Chucky, the soul goes into a motorcycle.
Oh, that's weird.
Diamond Dizzle says, "Hey now."
What are we hey nowing?
Hey now.
What are we hey nowing, Jesse?
Is there, when it comes to like horror movies, is there stuff that you, when it comes to like the gore, the kills, or is there something that turns you off? Like like not that you're saying that it should or shouldn't happen, but like doesn't do it for you.
I don't do like I Spit on Your Grave.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need like unnecessary rape and violence for no reason like that. Now the difference is Last House on the Left, which there's brutality and rape, but there's revenge, brutal revenge,
Right.
and the good guys come out on top. I'm not a real fan of the bad guys winning.
Right.
I like good versus evil and evil prevailing. Kinda, I say that until he told me to. The bad guy wins.
Yeah. Well, it's weird when it comes to like a slasher movie.
It's different.
Yeah,
Because
it's
you're
just,
rooting
it's
for the
not,
slasher.
Yeah, it's not the whole. That whole
Right.
subgenre is based on the bad guy.
I Spit on Your Grave is just dirty, and it's not my favorite, not my cup of tea. The original is what I'm talking about. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you know what else was really uncomfortable, but I commend it for it in a different way, is Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. Very uncomfortable, but also brilliant. Brilliant.
Jesse says he was just making himself known.
Oh, okay. What's up, Jesse? Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Terry Robinson says hi.
Hey, what's up?
Casey Batman 1985 says hi.
Oh, somebody's contending there with
Batman?
with Michael Keaton. We're gonna have a bat off.
So I showed you, for those that weren't watching last week, you were telling me about how you were using the AI with your sculpture.
Yeah, to do concept designs.
Yeah, and it was so cool because you had me take a picture of this last week, and I knew that I was going to add to it, do some different things, but then I put it through AI because I wanted to color it. I don't know if you can see in the background.
Oh yeah.
Got the color, but then I also started playing with I knew I didn't want horns, but I wanted to see what it looked like with horns.
Yeah.
So I did like some little horns. It looked terrible. I messed around with a few different things. I always knew, because the original design was really, really long,
Yeah.
that I wanted this to grow longer, and I wanted it to sort of have tentacles. So then I did that, and it nailed it on the first try.
That's awesome.
It's funny how AI can nail things, but also make them suck really bad. So it's like
Well, it's funny when you get in kind of an argument with the program and
Yeah.
it won't do what it just digs its heels in and won't do what you're doing.
Yeah.
I had that recently happen where I was just trying to get it to put my arm behind something, and
Right.
it could not. No matter.
And it's like,
then
okay, here it
it's
is.
like, okay, you're gonna keep asking me that? Screw you! And then it just changed everything else, and my arm was still in front of the thing.
Have you gotten into the deep enough conversation where it admits to you?
Oh, yeah.
Almost apologizes. All right, Tom, you got it right. I couldn't do this.
I had it.
shouldn't-
I was trying to have it create me an STL file of Gangrel's character
Oh yeah.
from the After Dark. And I mean, 3.5 hours of going around and around of how it can do this. And then it finally said, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is above my ability. But if you take these images, put them into, some other program, I don't know if it was Mesher or something like that, they'll be able to turn this directly into an STL file for you.
It is wild how it's like,
and
you have to know how to talk to it.
I've been trying to create a board game
Cool.
called Supercrossed. That's a dirt bike board game, not unsimilar to Chutes and Ladders.
Okay.
And we went in circles and circles and circles. It cannot make the track. I need to do 6 loops of the track.
Okay.
It will only give me a start and a finish, no matter what I do. And it started blaming the image generator. The AI's like, listen, I know exactly what you're talking about, but our image generator, they're screwing us right now. They are saying they can do what you want, but they're not doing it.
And that's how you know it's becoming more human.
I'm just looking at you.
Is it blank?
Just listening to you guys.
But it was it just passed the blame to a different technology, and I was like, that was pretty funny. And then I told it, I said, as a manager, you should be responsible and not be blaming your employee. Because at the end of the day, me and you are having the conversation, not me and the image generator.
Right.
I don't know if it liked that very much. But it did next time admit that it couldn't do something, so...
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it wants to please you so much, and so it just kind of does.
Yeah, it yeses you, like everybody else in my freaking life. Everybody's I'm like, can we do this and that and this and that? And they're like, yeah. And then you get to it and you're like, where is it, guy? You know?
Like, well, that was really hard. That was never something we could have done to begin with.
I was supposed to be at Disneyland today.
Yeah, what happened?
And both my kids are sick.
Oh, no.
Like, the night before, it was like, they're just got no energy, they have fevers, and they're both like, I'm okay. Like, you're not okay. This is not going to work.
It's Disneyland, yeah.
So we had to postpone the trip. We're going to go next Tuesday, I think.
Nice.
But
You just, when you guys go, you do 1 day, 2 day?
we're just doing 1 day. Just down and back. We'll go down the night before and then do the park and then come back.
Where do you stay? Do you have a place you stay, or do you just...
We got a hotel off Ball Road. Not like at Disney, but it's like a Disney enough location. It's very easy to get to. It's more affordable, free parking. We don't go often though. Like I haven't been. My daughter's in 7th grade now. We haven't gone since she was in kindergarten.
Oh wow.
Because I try to keep it special. You know, if you go so much, I think it loses its specialness. Plus, I watch a lot of YouTubers. So like we're in the living room watching Justin Scard and these guys going to Disneyland all the time.
Right.
So it's like I don't feel like we've missed anything because I've lived vicariously through those guys. It's weird, but we haven't been since the kids were little, so it's time to go again. And she's now 13 and he's 10, like perfect age for Disney.
Right.
Everybody can ride everything. Everybody can enjoy it, and they'll make some cool memories. And then we won't go again for another 10 years.
Yeah, because the thing also with kids is like then there's the age where all of a sudden
it's not fun.
Not
anymore.
cool.
They're right before that though. Like right now, it's the most special thing in the world, and that's why I think 10 and 13 is like the perfect age to go. And it'll be interesting to see. In our day, there wasn't the adult love for Disney that there is now. Those YouTubers and these people that are friends with my kids, thinking that it's so special, might keep them on the page of thinking it's that special. And then in a lot of West Coast schools, I don't know if ours do it, but I think so. A lot of West Coast schools will have like a night at Disney.
I did it when I was in 6th grade.
Yeah, and so I think that will also help. That's funny because my daughter's I guess she's in 7th grade. Her whole class went on Friday.
Okay.
But we didn't let her go, which was a bummer because she didn't know she was going to get to go on Monday. And but then we didn't go on Monday. Oops. Alright.
Yeah, we always stayed at a place called Tropicana Suites.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And it's not cheap. Nothing's cheap around
Nothing's
Disney.
cheap around
but
there.
It's not that expensive.
Right.
I feel like, and I looked at something one time that said it was actually, the walk from there was was actually even closer than the Disneyland Hotel.
Oh, okay.
There was some, like, I don't know if that's true, but it's very, and that was like one of our little, because we love going, we try to go once a year.
Yeah.
But that was one of our little like hacks that we learned that worked for us was like, we'd go for at least 2 days, and this happened by accident. It was like we stayed so close that like halfway through we were fucking exhausted. But back to the hotel room, I was like, I can't anymore. Like we've just done too much. I think we went to Universal Studios like the day before too. So anyway, went back to the hotel room, took a pretty good nap. But I was like, we're done. But then when we woke up, we were like, oh, there's some time left. There's a few hours. So we walked back over, and that was like the greatest time ever. As what I learned is that, that last hour of Disneyland, everybody's leaving and going to the shops.
You can get on anything.
Every ride is like wide open. We rode Pirates of the Caribbean twice, like literally just went on.
Same thing during the Electric Light Parade, which I never want to miss.
Yeah.
But nobody else does either, so that's the time to get your second ride in if you need it.
Yep.
The funny thing is, what was I going to say? I forgot completely. One time I did okay, let's go something.
Tom, have you ever wanted to make real versions of the puppets? Like I've seen in old behind the scenes and saw metal skeletons for the puppets with wires. I have the screenshot around somewhere, but what are your thoughts? Also, would you recommend getting a replica, then gut it, and then put in the skeleton, or should I just go straight from scratch and make the puppet around the skeleton?
100% go from scratch. Make the puppet around the skeleton. I've never had the desire. I kind of just make what's in the script, and that's my guidelines for what I've wanted to make. I don't do a lot of custom puppets. I know a lot of people do, and I think it's very cool. I look at all the artwork. But one of the things that I wanted to do with the Puppet Masters, two things I wanted to do with the Puppet Masters, and one I'm going to. Number one, I wrote a Puppet Master movie with my friend Josh Cornell, and it's fantastic. Nice. And I was going to make it myself as a fan film and then gift it to Charles Band so he could put it out, because I believed at that time he would just put it out to the fans. I will probably never do that now. I've made several movies. I know how hard it is, and I'm not going to make something for somebody like that where I just give it away. Number two, which I do plan on doing, I would like to make the Axis puppets. If you haven't seen Axis Rising and Axis Termination, the Axis puppets being Bombshell, Blitzkrieg, Wehrmacht, and Kamikaze, Stealth 6-Shooter, and Stealth Pinhead. I would like to make those figures like the 90s action figures. Package them. Nice. I want to put them in the boxes with the bubble. I want the cards to match. The original, you had the blue carded Puppet Master figures, the red carded Puppet Master figures, the retro Puppet Master figures, and then I want to have the Axis Puppet Master figures just for my own collection, where I can see my puppets sit with my collection of everybody else's puppets. And that's something that I'm very, very interested in doing, and me and Chris are figuring it out 3D print wise and vacuum form plastic wise. And the cool thing is we can 3D print the molds for the vacuum form plastic so the figures fit in the cards right in the bubbles.
Nice. Yeah.
I mean, there's some really cool stuff. So
3D printing is
it's opened up the world of ideas for me as a fan, back to being a fan, like making Power Ranger props, these Puppet Master toys. That's stuff I never would have done. Yeah. But I can do that for myself and my fandom, my own personal fandom. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question.
He said, "Oh, I want some retros in my collection."
I have all the retros. What I love about the retro Puppet Masters, it was never my favorite movie, but I love that movie anyway. John Mazzari did the score for Retro Puppet Master. He also scored Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and Teddy Told Me To. That's like the greatest three feature films, and those are really his only 3 feature films.
Really?
Yeah, he does a lot of TV, a lot of video games, but like I'm in that world. Teddy Told Me To, awesome. Retro Puppet Master, and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. But what I love about those Retro Puppet Master figures is Jeff Farley and Chris Birchschneider's designs live on in action figure style forever. Right. And that's what I want with my Axis Puppet Master toys, is for just for me. I know Full Moon's not going to make them, but I will. And
why do you think they won't make them?
Well, I don't think they'll ever go back to the 90s style action figure.
Okay.
Because Charlie, even though he revisits the past, he thinks forward always.
Right.
So like he's got
He's so
NECA.
busy,
He has
yeah.
NECA making action figures.
Right.
He did the reaction style figures, and then he went to NECA, and he's got he's more into the future of action figures. I don't think he'll step back to the original, and if they did, I don't think they would look the same. I think that was a golden time in toy making that is no longer.
Right.
Kind of like how movies will never be the same as those original puppet films.
Also, do you have any of the other ones like Mephisto or Hamana? What is it?
Homunculus.
Yes.
Homunculus and Mephisto. I definitely, I have the replica of Homunculus, and that's also a Terry one. And then I have, and that's in a box somewhere, Kayla, and we gotta find that. I have no idea where that is.
I think
That's the green guy with the genie
Yeah.
outfit.
he's underneath in the cabinets, I think.
And then also the Mephisto ones, I made those, and I have that as well. I do have the Mephisto action figure as well. Yeah.
What about the
You have a
Shogun?
clay over there?
The Shogun.
Shogun.
I have not ever made the Shogun. How much you want? A lot.
Handful. Just making fun of my tentacles now. So right now my plan is to just kind of start, like I'm starting to kind of build up the little tentacles and then I'll push them down.
Yeah.
Is that the right
That
way?
looks
Is there a
great.
different thing you should?
No, that's
okay.
absolutely perfect. You're doing great, Mike. You're doing great. I love that we started doing that. I've been sculpting more in the last 3 weeks than I have
Dude, you don't know how
in the last 3 years. And I'm like, we got Pennywise for the museum. Terminator's going to be done for the museum. What's next?
Star Rose 14 says, can't wait to see the UFO museum. Monster Museum was closed last time in Boulder City. Keep doing your daily videos, Tom. Dave from WV.
You must have got here late because the Monster Museum's open every day. It's 10 to 6 every day, but I'm sorry you missed it. And it's always getting better, though, so you're going to be better for it when you do come back. And the Alien Museum is just going to grow in leaps and bounds here. It's the plans are set, the construction. I'm just trying to get some materials together. A lot of people don't realize I don't really buy a lot of materials. Almost everything we ever make is with found objects and garbage. So scavenging the materials to get it together is always part of the game, like part of the, and that'll show in the daily videos. That's kind of the fun part. Like people are starting to see a window into my wacky life, which is an interesting thing because I'm starting to understand that my life is pretty wacky, which I didn't always think that. I was like, man, I don't know, just do this stuff. But now I watch it. I watch it like a viewer. I told Lily yesterday, I was watching this one. We just posted a video about me getting these Street Man emblems for my van, which I'm so excited about. And I'm like watching it like a fan, but it was me. I lived it. I lived that. And I'm like, this is so funny because I actually really enjoy watching this show that I am.
That's awesome.
I've never experienced that. Like when I was on Face Off, I don't watch it. No.
You never did watch it?
I mean, I watched when it premiered because I felt like
yeah.
I had to. It was a big moment in my life, but I don't rewatch it. I certainly don't like put it on for fun.
Right.
But
Did you watch any of those
But I'm
seasons?
subscribed to my own channel,
Right.
and I watch every video I post, and I enjoy them, and I'll watch it again. You know,
That's awesome.
especially the van stuff because that's like my favorite.
Did you ever watch any of the other seasons of Face Off?
I got about 3 episodes into season 2, and I had to turn off. Post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, what's interesting is we said that a little bit before, but you said like when you got out of Face Off, you were working, and a lot of those people sometimes aren't working, or at least on the level.
My season though, they made it look like we were all new blood. We were all. I mean, like Frank Ippolito was 10 years into his career. I mean, he was running the Kyoto Brothers shop at that time, and he used to have Thanksgiving dinner with like V. Neal and stuff. So it was real weird. And we all knew this, you know, and like Connor McCullough created Lord Zed from Power Rangers. He worked on Seed of Chucky and Freddy vs. Jason. Like he wasn't an up and coming effects artist. He was past his prime, almost retiring effects artist. You know what I mean? And then Tate had done a lot of independent films and a lot of stuff for the Discovery Channel. Gage worked with me for 5 years. I mean, we worked on and off several movies, and he was doing his own thing by the time the show came. I mean, most of us were all career effects artists. Even Megan, who, in my opinion at the time, looked like she didn't know what she was doing, she worked at ADI. That's like Alec Gillis and Tom Woodruff shot. They made every Predator movie you've ever seen since Stan Winston. You know, like, she worked on big stuff. So it was pretty funny. Our season was actual professionals. They just, who's going to be the next name in makeup effects? I don't know. These guys that are already all names in makeup effects.
Yeah.
But it was a good time.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to get. How did it happen? Like, how did they get to you to do it?
Well, I got called 100 times. They kept calling me, saying that they wanted me to audition for this show, and I was like, I said 100, 3 times.
Right.
I was contacted. One time they went into my friend Eric Spudik owned a movie store called Spudik's Movie Empire. They were a VHS store off Van Nuys Boulevard.
Uh-huh.
They went in there and said, who should be on this show? And he gave them my name and number. And from that point on, they kept calling me. And I kept saying, no, I'm busy. I was working on a movie called Big Bad. It was like a full bodysuit creature movie in Mississippi that we were making all the stuff for at the time. And I was like, I just don't have the time. It was, and I wasn't interested in being on TV. I work behind the scenes,
Yeah.
And a lot of us, we didn't know what kind of an opportunity it was. We thought.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is like, you wouldn't know that it was going to be good or even
No.
happen
or if it's going to be a laughing stock of the effects industry. You'll
Right.
never get another job afterwards. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I don't have too much fear of that kind of stuff. I was just busy and wasn't really interested. But on the third call that we got, and I got a flyer. Somebody brought me a flyer, and then they called the third time, and I'll never forget. It was this guy J.R. Pittman. No, it was a guy named Jerry who passed me to J.R. Pittman, and he said, "Listen, just come in for an audition. We really want you on this show." And I was like, "There's a sign. This is a sign. I gotta go.
Right.
I'm gonna go." And then I did, and then it was awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But
And what was it the tip? It was, what makeup did you go home on?
I went home on that zombie makeup right in front of you.
This one?
Yeah. The one on the wall because it's so freaking cool.
It is really cool.
And Greg Nicotero said it's unoriginal and looks like a pullover. I was like, no, this looks like a character from your show Walking Dead. Like, this character could walk onto Walking Dead right now. And quality-wise, fit in just fine.
What I always thought was sort of tough about that show is that, when they're doing when they're judging all that stuff,
Yeah.
and you get like the really, you get these close-ups and all these different things without proper lighting, without proper
But that's the challenge. And that's one of my problems with that zombie one. I mean nothing against any of those other contestants, but when they zoomed in on Sam's fat, bloated zombie, you could see seams all the way around her wrist. Put some watches on her or bracelets.
Right.
Cover the freaking seams on the wrist. I mean, the other guy, that was a double elimination, Anthony Pepe, great artist, fantastic guy. But the zombie looked rough. Like, it looked like student work in that one, to me. And I don't mean that in any offense. It's been 16 years. Doesn't matter. He's great. He's doing awesome. But when you looked at my zombie in close-up, that's a 7-piece prosthetic. The ears were separate. The neck was separate. The chin was separate. The forehead separate. The face separate. Bald cap. Yeah. Not one seam. Right. So Greg Nicotero goes, it looks like a pullover. That's the biggest compliment ever. You just said it looks like a 1-piece prosthetic. That's a 7-piece prosthetic. And it didn't break a seam while they were doing the dancing and stuff. Like, it was perfect. And that's what I went home on. It was wild. I was like, whoa, I have no idea what just happened. To the point, they called me back to do some audio stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I thought they were going to tell me they were kidding, that I didn't get kicked off the show.
Oh, why, it was like that close in time when they called you back?
It was like 2 days later. And I was like, oh, I see how this goes. And then I got there, and they were trying to get me to say something about doing this shark-eating zombie. Like, I had made a joke under my breath with a microphone on. I said, if I knew Greg Nicotero was the guest judge, I would have made a shark-eating zombie, because he loves Jaws.
Right.
Like, that's his favorite movie is Jaws, famously. And they just sat me in a room and they're like, talk about the shark-eating zombie. I was like, there is none. They're like, tell us what you would have done for the shark-eating zombie. I was like, I wasn't going to make that. And they just kept going and going and going. And then they drew their own concept art of the shark-eating zombie. And he looked like this guy. Like, he was skinny with a bite out of him. If I made a shark-eating zombie, it would have been a bloated, fat, like, waterlogged zombie.
Right.
Not what they drew, like a surfer in a wetsuit. And they put it up on the screen and, like, made it... They used that little under my breath thing as a Frankenbite and made it look like I changed my mind. They were trying so hard to explain away why I was kicked off. Because they're like, he changed his mind at the last minute. He shouldn't have done it.
Oh, they were trying
but
to...
I never had that in my mind. It wasn't in my mind.
Interesting.
But anyway, I don't know. I love my experience on the show. I understand they're making entertainment. I was never going to make a shark-eating zombie. Let's just be 100% honest.
What's cool, or what's interesting about the show, but like, I noticed this along the way, because I told you I loved it. I watched it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I never realized that. We've known each other now for years, and I never realized that you were a Face-Off fan until last week.
Because I don't like reality TV.
I don't either.
TV drives me
That's why I can't watch those shows.
And mostly it drives me nuts, too, because it's like, it'll hook you, too. If you get stuck in it, then it's like, you watch it, and 2 hours later, you feel like your brain is mush. And like, I hate it. But but I love makeup effects. I love sculpting. I love everything about Face Off. And then what I did like about it, because I actually got into it a couple seasons after you. I think I started around like season 3.
Yeah.
But it just, it has the drama, it has the stuff, but it was like, it was better. I don't know. I just felt less gross than most reality TV does to me.
I think it got less drama too because they realized that's not what people want. They want the art. You know, a lot
Especially
like
in that
Project
world,
Runway.
Yeah.
Project Runway didn't have a lot of drama. You know, it was more just the dresses.
Right. But one of the things I noticed along the way was like it seemed to me that the judges really favored like minimalist makeup that looked
real
more
sleek.
real sleek,
which is not my style.
Yeah, and that's like, and that, so that was like, there was some of them, and then also, in fairness again too, like the way that they sort of kind of, the way that it's captured, you know, as opposed to how you would capture it in a movie.
Right.
You know, like big rubbery makeups and suits and monsters
look silly.
So like, it's easy for people that don't understand anything, you know, to be like, yeah, that doesn't look very good. When it's like, it's amazing, but it's just like, it's not being photographed right. It's also not in the right context. But that sleek stuff always kind of looks sharp.
Yeah.
So it's easy. I noticed it along the way. I was like, you know.
But that's where, so also like the judges, most of them started where I start. You know, where I live. They started in Full Moon. They didn't, that's not their career, you know. Right. And so, like, V. Neal worked on Torch Trap, you know.
Right.
And so it's hard to get them to remember. They look at that as amateur kind of stuff, but, like, that's a style that got me into makeup effects. That's why I like makeup effects, you know. And then when they would bring guest judges on that would get that. Like, I'm so thankful that Sean Cunningham was the guest judge on my Teddy Told Me To episode, because without him, would they have seen what they saw?
Right.
You know, behind closed doors, I think that guy saw an 80s horror villain. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's
what you're going
what he knows. And I've talked to him about it since, and he is a big fan. And that's really cool.
Noon says, hey, we loved visiting your museum in Vegas, rocking t-shirts back in the UK.
Who says that?
Indica Noon.
Oh, cool. I love UK fans, man. We have quite a few of them now. And I love, we're worldwide. Worldwide, guys. Worldwide. I hope they come back to the museum. The museum is, you know, that's the coolest thing about the Monster Museum. Everybody, I don't know how many people told me that they don't need a Monster Museum in Boulder City, Nevada. But man, has it become like this cool mecca for fans. And
I'll be honest, when I first heard that you were coming here, I was like, I didn't know you had anything about you other than I love, you know, monster stuff. But I was like, God damn it, why? Like, because all this stuff, you see all the time, like, comes and goes,
Yeah.
and goes. Nothing lasts. Eli Roth did this Goratorium here, which sounds like the coolest idea, but doesn't last. And it's
Right.
because I think it's because it's too big and it's not. But anyway, from the word go, I was like, man, I hope that it lasts. But God, Boulder City, like, you're really asking for more problems here. But clearly it was the right choice, and like, it's amazing that you guys are here.
It worked.
Will be, yeah, because it was like there's,
A lot of that is just perseverance.
yeah.
In our first year, we opened in July. We were broke and almost ready to close November 1st.
Really?
Like, it didn't work right away. We were really trying to make it more of a costume shop at that time too, like costume and rental and custom costumes.
Oh, interesting.
And actually, underneath the Monster Museum letters on the wall of the front of the sign out there, it says in giant metal letters, "Costume."
Oh, really?
And they're just, the Monster Museum sign's just screwed on top of it. But the costumes thing didn't work. They would drive right past our building and go to Walmart or go to buy them on Amazon. And I just thought Boulder City doesn't have a costume place, and this would be like that old timey Hollywood costume shop.
Right.
Didn't work out. So we were so broke that November, it was like, we're going to have to close the doors. We don't have them. How are we going to survive? And of course, in like true Tom fashion, I was like, let's expand. So the back of the building where the Myers house and all that stuff, that was a tanning salon. That was another business.
Oh, wow.
And I acquired that back space, cut some holes in the wall, and that's why I said that the movie theater was the whole Monster Museum, because it was two separate buildings.
Right.
And then we closed over Thanksgiving weekend. We were supposed to go to Big Bear to a cabin with my friend Caleb, and we closed and didn't go to Big Bear, and me and my wife rebuilt the whole building. Built
That's
the
awesome.
Myers house, built all of that stuff. And I remember my dad helped with the Myers house. My dad came in and helped with some stuff. But we just built that whole place, and then the next thing you know, we opened it back up, and people started coming, and they saw it for what it is and loved it. So many people do not remember before that expansion, because nobody saw it. We didn't make any money.
Right.
But after the expansion, we just doubled down. Signed another lease. We didn't even know how we were going to pay our rent, and my landlord somehow signed us another lease. It was wild.
That's awesome.
And then we've had both those buildings as one now for ever. It was very cool. But the arcade was a whole kids' costume room. Like, it was kind of creepy, actually. It was,
Costume shop's got to be a rough business.
yeah, that was the end of costume shops, kind of. Like, Amazon has killed the costume shop.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. I don't know if you remember Black Cat Costume
Yeah.
in Vegas. They closed the same time that I'm talking about.
Also, the costume shop by design almost kills the costume shop. I've never been to a costume shop that wasn't extremely unfriendly. Like, it's almost like everyone I went into is cool, but then also like the whole thing about like, you can't return anything, which I understand.
Right.
Because people are terrible, but it's just but the design of it all just seems set up for failure. It's just tough.
They can be. There's some really good costume shops that have survived the test of time. Hollywood Costume and Toys in Hollywood is an awesome spot. I think it's still open. I'm not really sure, actually. Haven't been there in years. But this whole business, the museum, I've seen people come and go with the same thing. I mean, downtown in Fremont, there was a movie prop museum. That's where I got my Jurassic Park car. They didn't survive, or they closed the doors. My friend Art at Art Sideshow closed in October of 2024, I found out.
Oh, no way.
I didn't even know they were closed. I
Oh.
messaged him over the weekend, and he's like, "Oh, Mr. Tom, we closed in October of 2024. I was trying to get Lou Temple connected with him for doing a signing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Didn't even know. I think they still have a presence at conventions and stuff, but didn't know. I've seen so many come and go. Nick Benson's spot here in Vegas, and A lot of prop museums have come and go though. Ours is different though. It's not just a prop museum. It's an art gallery. It's a roadside attraction. It's Captain Spaulding's Museum of Murder and Mayhem with monsters and makeup. You know,
Right.
it's something special what we have. It's very different. I think.
Well, and also too, like you being able to do your business out of here too.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of like you use it for a lot of other things too that can help make
Sure.
income and
Sure.
so probably useful. Well, I'm glad you guys are around. Hope you're around for another.
I don't think it's ever going anywhere until my kids say they don't want it and I want to go to Baja. I think it's around.
Do either of your kids like love this stuff? You think like would get into it?
At times in their life, they both have really loved it.
Right.
My son has been obsessed with dinosaurs his whole life.
Uh-huh.
Not like a kid is a fan of dinosaurs, but like I think my son wants to create a real Jurassic Park.
Right.
And we built him a Jurassic Park when he was a kid. I built the dinosaur adventure, and that's a fond memory for him. But like he's real into dinosaurs. I'd be interested to see if he sticks around here and works at our tourist attraction, or if he ends up being like a paleontologist or something. I don't know.
He's in love with that much.
He's 10 now, and man, my love for He-Man and Ninja Turtles at 10 was strong, and I found out about the Toxic Avenger when I was 10, and I credit that for my whole career, you know. So, like, I would not be surprised if he ends up choosing very soon what could happen.
Right.
My daughter is such a brilliant artist, but she's come from wanting to be a part of. You used to ask her what she was going to do in life, and she said, "I'm going to run the Monster Museum." But now anything mom and dad do is not cool. So, no longer is that her answer. She wants to be a veterinarian or something other kids want to be, and that's fine. Whatever she ends up doing, I'm supportive. But I would love for one of them to take over the legacy.
Yeah.
I think that Cooper would do amazing building the haunted house. Even if he just kept the haunted house going and we had management, like Kayla can run the Monster Museum forever. And but then Cooper would want to come in and boss her around. He used to do that at Dinosaur Adventure. He used to boss everybody around. Like he's like, I own it. Okay, this is my spot. He was like 5, or younger than 5. I think he was like 4. But he remembers it, man. He remembers that place. It's magical for him.
That's awesome.
I had him convinced that one of our fake raptors. I got this fake raptor from John Ward. That was beautiful. It looked like Jurassic Park, man. It was so cool. And I had Cooper convinced that raptor would come down every night and cause trouble. And he'd leave like scraps
at the
of,
museum.
yeah. And he believed it. That was awesome.
I got a 12 o'clock meeting. I got a Zoom meeting. I can do in my car. I got about 10 minutes before I gotta come down there one day when I can go sit down, which I don't know if that's good for us or not. I love this, man.
Well, I love that we haven't missed one yet. Almost missed one today.
Yeah. When you text me last night, because I was thinking about it, you was texting me because we talked about maybe doing a different day, and we never kind of went back on that. But I was thinking about texting you and be like, what other days do you have? Because I didn't want to miss one either.
I have that pre-recorded conversation of ours.
Yeah.
Ready to go if we do have to miss one.
Okay.
But it's funny because there's some stuff in that conversation that's going to come to fruition very soon.
Yeah.
That is revealed in that conversation, but then I don't think I'll reveal the stuff until after it drops. But the physical media ideas are
coming along. Nice.
So.
It's funny. Last week when we were talking about. Remember I was telling you I have an idea for the Halloween 3.
Yeah.
I went home and I finished my video and I released it the other day.
Oh, awesome.
So I finally was because I was like, it's funny and I didn't realize how far along I had gotten in it.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
I have an idea for you.
Okay.
For one similar thing to that. Yeah, what was that? What were we talking about? I was like, oh, I'm gonna give that idea to Mike. I was talking with Chris, and we were talking about something. And I was like, oh shoot, that's awesome. Then I told him about your Halloween 3 one. So now I can't remember.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do more like I like those little like kind of scary stories that people like. And I probably have 20 to 30 short horror scripts that I just wrote over time. I'm never gonna do anything with them. And so I was like, man, I just need to turn some of these into like little, I don't know, YouTube's scary story videos to just at least just get it out in the world and not feel like they're fun things. They're things I had fun with that I'd like to just have some. So I started working on a couple of those, but then that led to.
The one that I think you should connect. I think you should make a video that Freddy Krueger is Jason's mom, Jason's dad.
It's Freddy Krueger is Jason's dad.
Because if you look at the timelines, they add up. When Fred Krueger was kidnapping children and molesting children, he was a full-blown adult, like 40s, 50s.
Right.
That was in 1980. So at 21, he could have been dating Pamela Anderson.
We lost the video on YouTube.
No, God damn it.
He could have been dating Pamela Voorhees at 21 and knocked her up and then become Jason Voorhees' father.
That's interesting. That's fun. I'll look into that. I'll play it because I love doing that shit. The one that I came up with recently, was when I watched Shocker last. I hadn't watched that in forever.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I wonder if Horace Pinker could be Freddy Krueger's like dad or some connection to them. Because the way of all that stuff works, but I don't know, like the timeline might be exactly the same.
The timeline pretty much lines up for Freddy to be Jason's dad, and I wish they would have done that in Freddy vs. Jason.
That'd be awesome. I wonder why that camera went off. I don't know if my phone died. Well, I think I got 10 minutes. I might have to call mine. So here's what I got so far. How do you think that's coming along?
I think it's looking good.
Am I doing anything wrong that you think?
No, it's looking exactly like your guy. I think you can go longer with the tentacles too. Don't be shy.
Okay, don't worry about the molding process.
Don't at all worry about the molding.
That was the thing I kept thinking, like, man, I don't know.
Don't even think about it.
All right, good.
No need to think about it.
Rinse my hands. Like, happy for Kim. It's so weird because it's like all live here too. I mean, I wonder if I push something on the computer.
How long has it been off camera?
Just a second.
Just for the last hour.
Have we been here for an hour? I don't feel like that long.
66 minutes.
Wow.
It flies by.
It does.
Yeah, it just lost connection.
Is there anybody on the Instagram watching live still?
On Instagram, yeah, we have Michael Keaton and Chris.
Just cool. Ask Chris what idea I was going to tell Mike about his videos. Chris, what idea was I going to tell Mike about the backstory videos, like what he was doing with Halloween 3? Do you remember? See if he's paying attention. Probably in the bathroom.
Or in the 3D printing room. He said, I thought it was Terminator.
What was it gonna be about? I don't know what it was gonna be about.
How it was exactly the time links up with Kyle Reese saying 40 years.
Oh! I know what it was! I know what I was going to tell you for the videos.
What was it?
And we might have already talked about this. I don't know. I've been talking about this a lot lately. So when I was finishing this Terminator head, I'm watching Terminator 1, and Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor are having an argument, and she goes, "I know this can't happen yet. This isn't possible." And he goes, "Not now. 40 years from now." That was in 1984. We are 40 years right now when the AI is...
Holy shit.
It wasn't in 1997 when Skynet went online in Terminator 2 on August 4th. It's now. Now it's happening. He said it. He goes, it's 1984 in that movie. And he says, "Not now. 40 years from now." We are exactly at that point where
I gotta watch
the Terminator's taken over.
See, and you got it over there trying to please you. You're telling him it's not a good manager. It's like, I'll remember you, Tom. I'll remember you. Mike and Waleed are nice to me, but it was Waleed. So he's like,
Waleed, I think Waleed dates his AI. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Waleed's like, God damn! Every time you guys do a live stream, we're just
always talking about it. Gosh.
I don't know why he doesn't watch him anymore.
He watches.
How's his movie coming?
That's the only way he doesn't watch this anymore.
I'm just starting more trouble. Haven't had a chance to work on much of it there.
Well, he said one more day off, but that was 2 days off ago. He didn't tell me anything. He only told Kayla. And I know you're watching, Waleed, so whenever you're done, let us know.
I'm excited to see it, Waleed. So what? You're making the chest plate now for him? Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna...
That's pretty sure.
So we're done?
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Anybody still watching live, check us out on YouTube at Creepy Popcorn or Tom Devlin's Monster Museum Network, and which is just the Monster Museum Network. And lots of fun videos on there. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification.
Next week, what I'm going to do, if it's cool with you, I'll set it up on your channel too. I can set up our stream early so people can click for notifications. So we'll leave it set up the next couple of days, and that way it'll remind them next Monday.
Oh.
If we're going to be, are you good next Monday? Or are you?
Yeah, no, good.
Okay. Yeah, I'll set up the stream and we're ready to go. Who's this big clown guy that is big fat?
That's just one of my Halloween props for the haunt. I did not make that.
Oh, that's cool.
That's just something that I acquired.
Oh, okay. It's very gross.
Yeah, the student I had was making like a bloated zombie, and so I used that as like a reference for her to
Oh.
see fat rolls and texture and stuff.
Was that the one you just recently did?
Yeah. Yep, she finished yesterday.
So when she was done, she had a mask and everything? Is that what the...
Yep, she has a mask. She's got a mold so she can make more masks. She owns the Halloween Emporium here in Las Vegas. So like it's like this cool spooky store, like spooky lifestyle store. And so she can sell her masks in that store. And I felt really good about doing that mask class with her because I always feel like I'm teaching a skill nobody's going to use.
Right.
And in that case, she will use it. And she has a retail outlet for it, and which we all do with Etsy and stuff. But getting a student to follow up and continue to do it is very, very difficult, man.
It's tough, too, because you have an amazing space for it, but it's like most people don't have a space for it.
Yeah.
You know, it is a messy... That was what used to, like... In my old house, when I had the one thing that I used forever, it was just always, it always took up the real estate.
Yep.
But when I started trying to kind of like, let me clean this up and bring it back out, it's like, you just don't. You know, the idea of cleaning it up and bringing it back out stops you. Like, I only got an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is. Like anything, it's very easy to find excuses not to do stuff.
Yep. That is true.
You're reaching your light off, Tommy.
You can turn it off.